Hey, Ronnie Jr.
Okay, so just for a second, I want to say Bravo TV's Love Hotel is actually very entertaining. I find it entertaining. And it's funny because Bravo has, originated the network years ago, was very like the arts and it was very refined. And then it turned into the Real Housewives. And this is still Real Housewives adjacent because it is casted Giselle, Ashley, Luann de Lesseps, the Countess, and Shannon. But it just feels different, and it's funny because right now there's so many dating shows, not to mention The Bachelor and Bachelorette have been on for years, The Bachelor in Paradise and all that stuff. And now all these asinine, just silly shows, on Netflix or Peacock streaming or wherever. And they're these weird premises that like make the couples get mad at each other and everyone's like 28 years old with rockin' bodies. And, I love that and there's a place for that. But if you talk to me, first of all, I love, Giselle and Luann de Lesseps, and Shannon is interesting, and Ashley is, of course, fun. But I like the Golden Bachelor and the Golden Bachelorette, okay? I like the cast members that are mature and aged to perfection. And the reason it is because you have to think about it like this. We all get second and third chances at everything, and no one originates this scenario where they're gonna have to start again. I think Shannon makes a really wonderful soundbite where she's like, I'm 60 something years old, I didn't expect this is not what I wanted. And I love that second chance theory. I love that, like, go for it again. I love that keep trying, and love doesn't end just because things didn't go a certain way. But I think it's also really casted pretty well. These four are very, very entertaining. And again, a Golden Bachelorette, which is an ABC show, not a Bravo show, and a Golden Bachelor, Golden Bachelorette. I love it so much. It just feels very peaceful and relaxing and calm and serene on the TV. I don't need the TV to be so all the time. I don't. And I know that there's places for that. So I just like to bring up all the comparative shows in the marketplace of love and dating shows, because it really will point out how silly a lot of them are. So if you were to be like, oh, it's just a silly show, they're not going to find love like this at the Love Hotel, Bravo TV, Joel Kim Booster is the host. They're not gonna. It's like, consider where we're at. There's so many shows like this. Now, the one thing I wanted to do is say that, yes, I absolutely really like this cast of four. I think they're wonderful. And I really would love to see a second season, which opens up the question, who would you want to see on another season? So Giselle was on Watch What Happens Live with the great Porsha Williams. And I don't always call her the great Porsha Williams, but remember, Ultimate Girls Trip, Porsha and Giselle are really good together. They're very fun. And I think Porsha, she's doing a lot of work on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she does, it would be great to see her on a second season if they did Love Hotel season 2. And surprisingly, I also think Drew would be a little interesting, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Real Housewives of Atlanta has been a tough watch because a Kenya-less show is tough. I miss Kenya Moore so much, but I will tell you, Drew has really understood to clock in, clock out, and make some ridiculous television. Not the serious stuff. The serious stuff with her, with Ralph is, of course, challenging. But I think everything else she does, she's really grasping it. She's not taking things personal. She's just in there. She makes a moment, and she really doesn't care for the most part. I think she very much understands, let me get my check and let me just keep this music thing going as much as I can along this journey. So I think Porsha Williams for a season 2, Drew for a season 2, and the one who said and ended up authoring a book, Make It Nice, Dorinda Medley should make it nice on the Real, what's it called? What's the show called? The Real Ultimate Girls Trip Love Hotel. Dorinda would be perfect to go make it nice and try to find love, don't you think? I mean, this is Dorinda.
It says happy birthday, Dorinda.
Stop it, Luann.
By the way, look, your cake is right there. It's right there.
Stop
it says happy birthday,
My
Dorinda.
mother bought this weekend.
Don't yell.
My mother bought this
I don't need
weekend.
another person yelling at
But
me.
don't say that. Don't say my non-birthday birthday. It's not my birthday. My
I thought it
mother
was-
bought this on
I thought it was
Saturday.
coming up
So
here
don't
for your
say that.
birthday.
I think everybody's acting very poorly. I put in a big effort here.
I agree.
And this is my home.
I agree.
And I made a conscious choice not to invite Sonia so we could all have a good time.
I agree. So get your.
And I think it's a disgrace of you people.
Okay, Dorinda.
You know what? You go
We're
to a
sorry.
place, you hold your things to yourself.
We're sorry. We have to
I
shut our
cooked
mouth.
all day. I decorated. I did it
She
nice.
worked hard.
I'm ashamed. If no one can behave themselves, then you all go home.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if Bravo keeps it on just the Real Housewives. Those are a couple cast members that I think would be wonderful. I almost said Dolores because I forgot. Dolores is still with Paulie, but in my head, I'm like, Dolores, I forgot she literally was still with Paulie, and we haven't seen Real Housewives of New Jersey in a long time. I wish she could do the show, but obviously if you're in love, you can't go do the Love Hotel, can you? But in any case, now the question is, Joel and Booster, Shannon, like what really happened between their, the host says that this cast member is not as sweet as she appears to be. Either way, I think it's a really cool show, and I really like the premise. And if Joel Kim Booster doesn't want to do the second season, I mean, I'm ready. I will host the show, me, and then Porsha would be the cast, and then Dorinda would be the cast, and then Drew would be the cast, and then Dolores, if she's single. Is she single? Dolores is not single, but why does she feel like she's single? But either way, I just want to see Dolores on the TV. I miss Real Housewives of New Jersey so much. Am I the only one? Bravo's Love Hotel. Are you loving it?